Yo, episode 257. We made it podcast.
Os 57.
Caesar's shirt. What is on there? Is that trees?
Zebras and trees.
Okay, zebras and trees. Okay.
A really cool horse, real cool wild horse species. I love zebras.
I did see a video of a zebra get caught by a crocodile, and the crocodile got its like top part of its mouth and twisted, and the joint just like it was wild.
That's actually horrific, but okay.
It was beautiful. Yeah, we we got a lot to talk about today. Hopefully we can get through it all. Me and Caesar are going to talk about Tchouameni to Real Madrid.
Okay, I see what you did there.
Talk about this Lewandowski drama. Might talk a little bit about Caesar's favorite player, Gareth Bale. And we might talk a little bit about MLS if we get to it. But, Zoom puts a limit on our conversations now. So we're going to get all into it. What's up, Alex? Caesar, say what's up to Alex. Dang, where you took that perk right now.
What up, Alex? I see you out there with the shout outs on Twitter. You're a real one.
Yeah, he's the realest because that's all the love we're getting.
I'll take it. That's all I need. All I need is Alex in the world. That's all I need.
Exactly. Just one person.
There's we used to say when we first started. I'm down with one person. Listen.
You feel me?
I didn't mean it though.
All right, Caesar off the Addy right now. Caesar, your team Real Madrid put the big money up and made that transfer happen for Aurelien Tchouameni. 100 million, 80 million plus bonuses, going to be like 100 milli, a hundo. This is a player. Let me just run this down before you get into it. 22 years old. I think he's going to turn 23 next year. 130 appearances between Bordeaux and Monaco.
Oh wow. That's a lot.
20 appearances in Europe in Europe between I don't think that was just Europa League. I feel like that was Europa and Champions League with Monaco. But he played Europa with Bordeaux. And he has 10 appearances with France. He's been named into the Liga Team of the Year 2 times the past 2 seasons. And he was the Young Player of the Year a couple years ago. Caesar, what do you think about this transfer?
I think it's a great transfer on my end. I think that he has a lot of talent here. Annoying. I think he has a lot of talent, a lot of upside. I watched him on Monaco, really talented midfielder. And one thing I want to say is I feel like Monaco's a good team to like if you're a good midfielder, it'll show on Monaco. They have they've had a lot of fluctuation with players and a lot of they have a lot of very young talent mixed in with some vets. And I feel like a player like that shining next to Cesc Fabregas, that's really good. It shows you how good of a player he is. So
a long time. Cesc Fabregas ain't played in a minute.
No, I know, but you're next to a player like a vet like that, and you're able to kind of show your stuff. I mean, every time I've seen Monaco, I'm like, damn, he is pretty solid. He's pretty good. So I think that's a good pickup. I think that I see him more as a deeper role player for Real Madrid. I know that the thing to say, people say, oh, well,
deeper
Camavinga here, huh?
Deeper midfielder, you mean?
Yeah, a deeper midfielder. I can see him kind of adapting a lot more of that Casemiro Cruz role if he can kind of learn how to be like a Cruz, which is, of course, would be incredible. That's one of the better midfielders in the world. But he seems more deeper. I know Camavinga does an excellent job with tackling, but Camavinga looks so balanced, and I think Camavinga is very, very eager to be better offensively as well. I think he really wants to be that guy. So I don't know. I think it's a good pickup. Real Madrid showing a lot of depth in midfield. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with all these players. That's a lot of midfielders, but I can never get mad at a team spending money on a good midfield. I think that's always a great business decision.
You don't think it's too much money?
The 100 million, yes. 80 million, no. Now, this is my question for you. You've watched all the Ligue. I've watched a fair amount, obviously not as much as you. I think it's kind of crazy to me how much more expensive he was than Camavinga. And Camavinga was highly rated. Now I know Camavinga was like 17 and 18, but that's kind of crazy to me. Is it because he's at Monaco? Is it just Monaco asked that price?
Well,
And
Caesar,
Stade Rennes is just dumb with their money. They don't know how to ask for more.
this is the question. Here's the question.
That's kind of wild to me.
Did Real Madrid pay this much money for Tchouameni out of spite against PSG? Because PSG were trying to get him too.
Wallahi, dog. I swear I was thinking it was a spite signing. I thought it was a spite signing. I was like, damn, did they do another Jovic? Or it's like, oh, like if this guy goes to Barca, you know, it's like, oh, you want to keep him? Cool. Because we have so much money, we can just really throw this. Like, do I think it's like Real Madrid? Like I said earlier, I never think it's a bad investment buying a midfielder. Like, it's only like,
whoa.
Buying a midfielder, I don't think it's ever a bad investment. I mean, I'm sorry, signing a midfielder is never a bad investment. I don't think that's ever a bad thing. I think that either it's going to work out great or you took a chance on something. Now they haven't spent 100 million in a minute, so it's like they kind of had that money to blow, honestly, and they were like,
well, yeah, because like when I'm looking at it on the surface, I'm just like, okay, PSG wanted him, and Real Madrid does have that money that they were going to use to sign Mbappe. So they probably just were able to put a higher number in Monaco's face. You know what I mean? And obviously Monaco's going to, I mean, I think Tchouameni would have been happy to go to PSG or Real Madrid, but Monaco's going to take the most money.
Because apparently PSG offered more.
Well, I don't know about that. Like, I mean, obviously there's going to be reports going back and forth.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though.
You never know what's true, but I would imagine.
I'd like to think that he chose where he wanted to go at the end. If they received 2 offers, he was like, you know what, I want to go here.
I mean, probably, but I'm sure Monaco had something to say about it. I mean, I'm sure if PSG was offering 180 million, they'd be like, yeah, no, you're going to PSG.
Yeah, I mean, they can break into transfer, but he still has an option of signing or not, right?
I guess. I mean, but we'll never know. But I mean, would it either way? Real Madrid is putting up 100 million for a midfielder, which is cool if it turns out that way.
80 million.
But no, it's 100 million with bonuses. Like it's 100.
I don't know if he got the bonus though.
I mean, they're saying that
those are player bonuses, right?
They're saying that it's easy bonuses.
Oh, really? Like touch the ball 3 times. I'm down for that.
Basically,
that's kind of really cute. They wrote that in there.
But I'm also like, could this end up backfiring on Real Madrid a bit? Now, let me just speculate.
Big speculating. Big speculating.
That is a lot of money, and it's not like. Yeah, you're right. Like Real Madrid hasn't spent a whole lot of money, like for sure. So they're doing well financially, better than Barcelona, obviously. But Caesar, I watch a lot of Liga, like you said, and I was watching Nice, and I'm looking at Key from Thuram. They were like, Caesar, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh. That's
I've watched him too. I know you're talking about.
But he is really good, dude. Like,
I think he is too.
He's and honestly, like Tchouameni's really good too. I've watched them both play, and I'm just like, I don't really see that much difference. Like they're both really good, and I feel like, I mean, it's gonna sound crazy. Like I'll say this: Tchouameni has more experience for sure. He's played more matches. And he's
older, right?
I'm sorry.
He's a little older, I think, too.
He's 1 year older than Thuram, just 1 year.
Yeah.
But he's played way more matches for sure. But when I watch them play, I'm like, these are similar players. Like they both stand out, and you can get Thuram for probably right now for like cheaper than even Camavinga was. Like you could probably get him for like 20 mil and have like. I mean, he's like 6'3" or something like that. Some big old fast mid, and Tchouameni's like 6'2", like around there too. I'm just like, obviously, like Tchouameni's a really good player, but I'm just looking at that 100 million, and I'm like, dang, dude, like, did you really have to do that?
That's something we won't know.
We won't know for a while.
But I think I'm gonna say this. Let's both agree to this. If anybody that could kind of really do this right now, it's Real. I feel like they've been
sure.
extremely disciplined on player management and signing. They've been S plus, not even A plus, S plus on our signings, like just phenomenal. Like every year, patient, not being risky, throw a little spite in there, a little sauce for fun, loan him out, come back, he sucks. It's all good. Now you can have him if you want him. Like it's a good time. Meanwhile, when you look at Barcelona sign, it looks frantic. It looks
Well, no,
desperate.
yeah.
You know, like
Barcelona's-
so they're in a very much win-win position where it's like they're allowed to get a little risky. They're allowed to get a little risky. Now, do I wish the risk was in other areas? Yeah, I'd be down for them to get risky at right back, you know, maybe get risky somewhere else. I would love that. But you know, maybe I mean they just signed Modric for just a 1-year extension. They probably told him, like, hey man, look, this year I can't guarantee you a ton, but just sit pretty. We'll make the bonuses really easy. Sit pretty this year, and he only has a 1-year extension, and it's up to you and Camavinga to win the position moving forward after this. And I think that's something positive to look towards.
Honestly, like remember,
and I'm happy he's right-footed. Sorry,
coming off the World Cup season, you know, that was when they were saying Modric might go to Inter. He might be kind of like he played 1 million matches, like he might be kind of washed now. And I remember watching that season. I'm like, he looks just fine to me.
He's good. He's still on his bike, dog. He's still on his bike.
Like, and I remember early in that season, he was coming off the bench some.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, he looks fine. And then like when he started starting that season, I'm like, yeah, he looks fine. And obviously he still looks amazing. We've seen him run past 5 PSG players. Tchouameni's going to have to like find his place in this midfield. Obviously you still got Kroos, Casemiro, Modric. I don't know if Real Madrid is going to look to maybe send off Kroos or Casemiro.
I'll say this. I think they're looking to offload someone like some of the backups. I know they've offloaded a lot of players. A lot of players that were, I know, in reserves and weren't getting a ton. They were there though on the roster.
But who?
A lot of people gone. Ceballos leaving.
Yeah, but he don't matter.
I know they don't get a ton of minutes, but like that's for this year, and that's because we have people that are on 1-year extensions. But I think after this season, it's going to be a lot more room open up and opportunity. Yeah. I just think so. I don't think they're going to give him just another year extension. I really would highly doubt that.
Yeah, I mean, you got Kroos, Casemiro, Modric, Valverde. Although Valverde is kind of like
utility man,
pushing up forward kind of a little bit, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
but he's a midfielder.
Like a deeper role.
Yeah, he's a midfielder for sure. You got Valverde and Camavinga. You know, that's 5 midfielders. You bring a Tchouameni in the mix, like
Luckily,
you know
also Real Madrid does have 70 matches this year too, which is good. Which is there's going to be a lot of rotating. You don't know who's getting. Like I said, we're all playing hypotheticals. We don't know what's going to happen. And I think if I'm Tchouameni, I'm not tripping off that first year. I would kind of want some time to acclimate myself, anyways, to the style. It's going to be a whole different world in Monaco around here. They're gonna, and then he's also going to come off that World Cup. He got the World Cup call up.
That's true.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be a weird, tough year. And I just really want to see how it's going to go down.
And I'll say this too, like
we and you don't know how it's going to go with the World Cup season.
Yeah, for sure. I'll say this too, like I do think it's a good signing because even when you look at Camavinga, like it took a while for Camavinga to really get minutes, but when you saw him out there, he was really good. And
he was instant impact.
And you were thinking like, dang, like he could have been playing this whole time, but it ended up working out fine. So it'll definitely be one of those situations where Tchouameni probably won't get so many minutes this season coming up, but maybe later in the season, like he probably won't get so many minutes early potentially, but like maybe later in the season, just like how Camavinga was, you might see him more. Yeah. But don't keep your eye on Thuram. Keep your eye.
No, Thuram is really talented. And if he does move, I hope he goes to a good team that's outside of Spain.
Caesar, I literally was like,
I don't know why people don't talk about why there's not buzz around him. He's really good.
I watched the last match of the season. It was Nice against Reims. And I was like, I never watched those highlights. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe he was whack in this game. Like maybe, and I'm like, look at him like he's involved in everything, dude. It's crazy.
He's fast as hell too for big man. He be getting around that field fast. I'm like, damn, he's good.
But anyway,
is he on the U21 team with Camavinga?
He's like,
I thought I saw him in a picture.
I don't think he's been called up yet, but he's played in like those youth ranks.
Because Camavinga got called up to the U21 team.
for right now.
For France, yeah, he's been playing in the U21 thing or whatever.
Okay. As long as Guendouzi's play, honestly, it's really racist because they're like Rabiot's starting, dude.
It's
And I'm
kind of
like,
it's absolutely insanity. You would start Rabiot right now over Guendouzi. I see Guendouzi
No.
in the camp, and I'm like, you got to start this man.
like they're starting him over anybody. Like, why is he even there?
Yeah, he should no.
Ridiculous.
They should have put Camavinga over Rabiot. What the hell?
You.
I'd take that lefty a million times over freaking Rabiot.
Yeah, over Rabiot's.
You know, Camavinga destroy Rabiot in training.
No question. Okay, Caesar. There's been a lot going on with your boy Lewandowski. I don't know what's going on with him. He's having
very weird. I think he's on shrooms.
He's having a whole crisis. I'm gonna read a little bit of his quotes from lately. He told a Polish outlet, "I just want to leave Bayern. Loyalty and respect are more important than the work. The best thing to do is find a solution together. They didn't want to listen to me until the end. Something died inside me, and it's impossible to ever get that. Even if you want to be professional, you can't make up for it. During so many years of the club, I was always ready, available. Despite injuries and the pain, I gave my best. I think the best thing to do is find a good solution for both sides and not to look for a one-sided decision." Interesting. "I'm not looking for a unilateral solution that makes no sense. Not after so much time, after such a successful era, and with all my will and support." Yeah. There was a little bit more, I think, but I did watch ESPN FC, and they were saying that Craig Burley and Frank LaBeouf were calling him a crybaby. Okay, and so what I want to ask you is, like, in this situation, obviously Lewandowski has 1 year on his contract. He wants to leave. He's saying he wants to leave. It seems like this is what it seems like to me. It seems like Barcelona can't really pay that much, and he wants to go to Barcelona, but Bayern's like, "We're not taking 20 million." You know what I mean? But he's trying to say, like, "Please let me go." Caesar, in this situation, do you feel like you should side with the player or the team? And also, would you call him a crybaby?
I don't want to be mean, but I'm going to say one thing before I talk about Lewa. I think that there is something weird going on at Bayern. I know there was the whole Serge Gnabry situation where, like, he just literally one day was like, "Get me the hell out of here." And they were like, so like there was like a lot of talks, and like he's desperate to leave. It's really weird. And now he's obviously like available to go. Like, so he's saying he hates it there. He wants to go. I don't know, Lewandowski, I thought was on the same track, but then he wrote that weird thing that was like something died inside of me. I'm like, did you go to like Arizona and do like shrooms or something, and you just saw the Bayern as like the devil? What happened, dude? Are you okay? Like, it's really, are you okay, man? Are you tired of scoring 40 goals? Are you over it? But yeah, it's really weird. I don't really know what's going on there, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. And I'm pro player, I'm pro labor union, I'm pro workforce. I'm the people before the company all day of the week. This is a weird circumstance for me, dog. I'm going to keep it real. I don't really side with you on this. I don't really side with you only because one team is like, "We can't afford this. We want to give you 20 million for the player." He's like, "I want to go there so bad. My heart is burning." They're like, "Okay, but dog, you signed this contract." Like, and it's not like they're blocking all transfers. Just like, we're not going to take that amount. So it's a little weird.
Let me just say this real fast. I made up 20 million.
Okay, man. If it's 20 million, and Bam over here on his Fabrizio right now, making up 20 million euros plus sign-on bonus plus incentives.
I'm assuming 20 million because Barcelona's broke. So.
No, it's just strange to me. It's a very weird situation. I think that Loa has made this weird by handling it horribly. I think he's handled it really bad. I think that he could have done a better job of communicating to the public, because right now where I'm at, I'm not really on his side for this. But if I hear differently, if I hear something else, I'm liable to switch real quick.
Would you call him a crybaby?
Huh? I'm not gonna call him crybaby. That's weird. I don't do that. I don't want to be the ESPN FC desk who all I played for was Scotland and start calling people crybaby. Like, I don't really know. I mean, that man has scored more goals than that whole desk times 17 times. He's a fantastic player. So I don't want to do that, but it's a little weird. It just comes off a little weird.
I'll say this, like, I don't
remember when he had the MLS saga too, when he was like the LA Galaxy thing.
I'll say this. I don't want to necessarily call him a crybaby, but Lew has been weird in the past. I do remember, and we did report on it
It
when
was
he
weird.
when he was mad about not winning the Golden Boot when
Yeah.
won it, and he was saying his players didn't help him. I'm
He's
like,
saying
oh
that
my,
they wouldn't pass me the ball to him to
yeah.
go to the boot. Or
And I'm, and I'm like, dog, the year before you won the Golden Boot, you only scored 22 goals, so like you don't get to complain, homie. But I do think it's an interesting situation. Like, you know, we've called it professional slavery in the past.
yeah,
I feel like when a player wants to leave, the team should figure something out for them to leave
amicable at least.
amicably.
Something fair and amicable.
Yeah, and the thing we don't know is if Lewandowski went to the people and talked to them and they were saying,
Yeah,
we'll only accept this much, and he's looking around at the market, so to speak, and saying like nobody's going to do that, and he's like upset. But I wish, like maybe he felt like going out in the media and saying this was his last resort.
yeah. To
But
push
at the same
pressure.
time, players do that all the time. We saw Neymar do it.
Yeah.
Although a lot of times they do it after the fact. We saw Neymar and Mbappe do that. I'm not going to call him a crybaby, but I feel like if he wants to leave, he should. But if I'm the team, like, okay, Caesar, I think he's 33 or 34, one of those. What do you think is a reasonable amount to sign Lewandowski?
Probably not like Lewandowski right now.
Yeah.
Did he win the Golden Boot last year?
Yeah, he's won it 2 years in a row.
You won the Pichichi?
He won the Golden Boot for the whole Europe.
No, Benzema did.
I think Lewandowski scored the most goals.
Benzema. I thought Benzema had 45 goals this year.
Either.
Okay. I mean, I would if I'm a team, I wouldn't pay more than I wouldn't sign him for more than 55 million.
Yeah. I was going to say 50.
Around a number.
50, something like that.
You're only going to give me maximum 4 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
From 33. Like, damn, dog, I'm gonna have you to you 37. I won't probably sign for a 2-year deal. I just want to see if we can make a nice little run, a nice little it'd have to be a team that's ready to. Like, I could see him going to some English team or whatever, or he wants to, I mean, his heart is screaming for Barcelona for some weird reason. I think he's on some secret avenge path towards ruining Aubameyang's life. Well, I think he's doing that.
Well, I can see you wanting to play for Barcelona. It's still a big club. It's a lot of history.
Like, I think that's a perfect place. If I'm a player of his level, I'm like, damn, if I ball out there, I become a mega star.
Exactly.
It's definitely, I think he's thinking of marketability.
And they're in Champions League next season, so they can do a lot. But yeah, 55 million. I don't think Barcelona can really afford that. They just paid 60 for Ferran Torres services.
They didn't even get a transfer for Dembele. He's gonna leave for free. Like, you're not even gonna get money.
Exactly.
For players.
Busquets is complaining about the wages getting lowered again. He didn't hear about it. So I mean,
Busquets is like,
he's like, Busquets is like, I'm leaving vacation. I'm hearing about my wage getting lowered in the media. Like, why don't y'all tell us?
I play like I barely make anything, but come on, don't pay me like it.
But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it's unfortunate that a player of his stature is going out in the media speaking that way. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's necessary that he did that or not, but
that's why I said I'm liable to switch it up.
You could switch.
I need to learn more, because
for sure
it just feels a little murky. It's kind of his fault. He's been kind of weird before, so I have to put skeptical eyes on him a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
I mean, I get it though.
Yeah. Okay. We could talk about Bale, but it was more gonna just be kind of just talking shit about him. So I'm gonna skip that.
Yeah, all these top teams want him like Getafe. Good luck, dog.
But I want to talk to you about what I've seen on. It was a retweet actually, but whoever MLS Buzz is, apparently all the people be saying don't follow him. But I seen this tweet by MLS Buzz.
He's garbage.
And they said yes or no. I want to see what you think about this. Yes or no. MLS can become a top 3 league in our lifetime? ? I say yes. There are 2 groups in MLS, domestic and international. Domestically, all levels are producing more players than ever. Internationally, you need money and influence. MLS has influence, but a salary cap holds back. So what do you think, Caesar? In our lifetime, let's say we'll live about 50 more years or so, can MLS become a top 3 league?
Can I cuss?
Yes.
Hell fucking no. Are you kidding me? Or what kind of dumb take is that? Or what What is he? Is he on the same shrooms as Lewandowski? What are you talking about right now? What do you? This is not. This can't even be a top. This won't even be a top league in America. What are you talking about? You're if you think salary cap is holding back MLS, you're a bumbling idiot. Honestly, you're a bumbling idiot. It takes you restructuring your entire league. You need to demolish the league, abolish it, nuke it, and redo it all over again. You need to make pro reg, and then you need to pray people in America care about it. This league won't even touch any of the top 5. It won't even be bigger than Belgium if Americans care. America has to care for Europe to feel even remotely invested to look. It's just how it is. Even the appeal worldwide for Premier League is that the English people care so much about their league, and they get and that makes the league have money. Now that the league has money, that's going to increase visibility, advertisement, appeal. Players go there. It's a whole chain. There's no money like that in MLS. There's no appeal for it. There's no chain. It doesn't work like that. And they have a good model. They have pro regulation. They have these teams like Leicester that come out of nowhere, make a Cinderella story. You can't even have that in MLS. So where we have the Lamar Hunt, who the hell is Lamar Hunt? Who is that? I don't know who Lamar, sounds like a cornerback. It's just ridiculous. It's an insane take. And it's extremely, extremely disrespectful to Central America, to South America, leagues that have been there since America even dreamed of soccer. Some of the greatest players on this planet have played in South America, and those leagues right now are 15 times bigger than a. Go watch Libertadores final. River Plate versus Santos, River Plate versus Palmeiras, or River Plate versus Boca Juniors. It's madness. These people care. They fight. They throw smoke bombs on each other. In America, they're pulling up after Target and going to Red Bull game. And they played NYFC's first season on a damn baseball field. So chill out. Maybe play another 100 years and we can talk again. Maybe make a league that's equivalent to Champions League on this side of America, and we can start having a conversation that's across the continents. Then we can start talking a little trash. I think it's about establishing your own footprint on this side of the world and telling people, why are you watching that garbage when you should be watching what we have here, the domestic product. We got what's good. We got the home stuff. You don't even do that. You're excited when some dude from here goes to Leeds. You're hyped about it. You should be hyped if he comes over here. So you don't even care about your own league, to be honest. Your MLS Buzz is reporting who moves from MLS to Europe. You shouldn't even report that. Protest it if you really care. It's fake, dude. Ain't no way in hell.
100% agree. I'll say this, 3 things. 1, Argentina and Brazil league will always be better than like MLS. Brazil has 100 million people. Argentina's got like 70, 80 million people. They're big
million.
countries. Huh?
200 million.
Who?
Brazil.
Oh, my bad. Argentina's got a bunch of people. They're big populations, and their first sport is football. So like they're gonna be better than America no matter what. 2, the Mexican league has so much money and influence that Copa Libertadores, after Tigres won, they kicked Mexico out. They were like, y'all got too much money. Like they have so much money and influence in comparison to a lot of the South American teams. So they were like, no, dude, sorry, dude. Like you're coming over here beating River Plate. Like, no, dude, stay up there then.
Man, remember Diego Godin? Diego Godin was really upset that he's not getting a lot of time right now in Mineiro in Brazil. He can't barely start in Brazil. He can barely get minutes right now. He goes in the media and says, please make my transfer to Vélez happen. I want to be informed to make Uruguay's team. He didn't say, oh, I want to go to play and please send me over to Revolution. I gotta be ready for Uruguay. Like he's like, please send me to Argentina or Uruguay so I can be in form and ready for the World Cup.
Exactly.
Like that tells you already, dog.
Okay, and let me say the last thing right now. The only way that MLS can become a top 3 league, it'll take this. It'll take another world war. Like, we're going to have another world war where the entire Europe gets destroyed again. And then, like, maybe Like we got two oceans protecting us. So like we'll be fine no matter what. Europe, you're gonna get destroyed. If there's another world war, Europe's gonna get destroyed. And then like Brazil and Argentina will be and Mexico will be like so poor after that. America could withstand another world war like they did World War II. That's the only way that the MLS could ever be like anything worth talking about compared to European football, Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, and probably even like Colombia. Like it's just not. Although I'll say this, I did watch a little bit of Richmond Kickers match, and I seen a little midfielder dude on there. I'm like, this dude's really good. Hopefully he can make it out of there. He's only 20 years old. But either way, like the infrastructure isn't there in America. People don't care enough. It's a high class sport. Like you got to have money to play, and they just aren't doing enough to make it inclusive, no matter what. So, I mean, honestly, even like a lot of the Black people that play, they play soccer because they're wealthy too. Yeah. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's not like it's not going to be a popular sport here. It's going to take a really, really long time. The biggest star right now in American soccer is Christian Pulisic, who's like a Trump supporter. Like, there's nothing swaggy or cool about the U.S. men's national team. The U.S. women's national team is dope, but I see most of the time people are complaining about the white players. And so, like, you know, it's just not going to happen.
When USA plays a high level South American team, they get dogged.
Facts.
Yeah, when they play Europe, some of these games get a little goofy, but they just sit in the pocket. But when they play Brazil, you got Rafinha, who's only scored his only goal and for his only call up in Brazil in his life was against America. Like, that's the kind of games we're talking about here, dog. The kind of talent that's here, there's good players. I've been on this show talking about players to look out for, I care about. I talk about players that have inspired me that I like to come from this country. But my favorite thing to say is there's levels to this. And sure, Bam, what you said 5 years ago is still a testament today. Unless I even see American players playing in South American leagues and being prominent figures, not just playing. Like Hulk is 34, goes from China, goes to Brazil. He's top 2 in Brazil in scoring. That's talent. Like no matter what, he's maybe chubby as hell, but that's talent, dog. That's real skill. If he came to MLS, he'd have 50 goals. So it does, like, unless we're seeing American players having so much talent that there's worldwide desire to sign the talent here, and the talents proving themselves worldwide, that's when you can have a discussion about America becoming a powerhouse. That's when we become looking at America's soccer team like, oh man, like, I don't know, dog. It's scary. America's still stuck in the NCAA bracket mode. And I'm like, it doesn't work like that in soccer. It's too long. It's not the same style at all.
I'll say this too. Like, and I don't necessarily remember saying that, but I remember talking about it kind of. Yeah. For sure. Like when you look at Colombia or Uruguay or Peru or Chile, like there's a lot of good players. It's not like they just are good there, then they go to Europe. They'll be good in those countries, then they'll go to like Argentina or Brazil.
There's not even a good American player in Mexico.
Yeah, like they'll go to like these bigger leagues, like the big leagues in South America, Brazil and Argentina. So they'll go like we've seen Falcao or James Rodriguez. Like a lot of these players, they're gonna go from Chile or Colombia or whatever, and then they're gonna go to Argentina, Brazil, then they're gonna go to Europe. Why? Because like that's another stepping stone. Here, they're just talking about players going to Europe. So if that happens, like it's only going to be a few. If these players were so good, there'd be a team in Argentina that's like, hey, we want to get that dude from Vancouver, or we want to get that dude from Cincinnati. We'll bring him down here. Soccer it's about money at the end of the day. So a team is going to be like, that guy is really good. Let's get him down here so we can flip him to Europe. If there's a big pool of talented players, there's not.
If you're looking for your players to go to Europe to prove they're the best, how can you possibly think your league is going to be better than that?
Yeah, exactly.
Until players are clamoring to come from Europe to America, then it's not going to happen, dog. It's not going to happen. Since the day Pele like was part of like the initiative that allowed him from they had to make Pele a national like treasure for him not to be able to go to Europe, and that's way back in the 50s.
Yeah.
Come on, like what are we talking about here? It's 2022. It's been 70 years since this stuff happened. And you think in the next 40, 50, 60, we're going to flip back or not even flip to a whole new direction? No, I'm sorry. It just doesn't work like that.
Unless them nukes start flying.
Unless Russia just self-implodes and it affects all of Europe, then yeah. Unless they just start spread eagling their missiles, then it's not going to.
You get a nuke, you get a nuke, you get a nuke.
You know what? We're losing. Time to just hit the button. Like, yeah. I want them to do like that. I want to have the map and then doing it like that. Like,
I want Putin to do a TikTok dance like,
No, that's so bad, dog. Come on now. This is anti-Putin broadcast.
Just don't send them over that Atlantic, though. Over the Pacific.
Good luck, though. We'll run the hands, but yeah.
But yeah, honestly, it was an interesting thing. I can't believe somebody's that blind.
He must be the guy who used to do the old MLS transfers page. Maybe the same goofball.
Potentially. Who knows? But yeah, we don't have enough time to talk about Gareth Bale, his Wales coach saying that he needs to find a team that's sympathetic to him. Oh my God. If we were going to talk about that.
That's who the real baby is. Why ain't Steve Nichols calling him a baby?
I wanted to call the episode White Bale Privilege, but I was like,
I really hope a team can be sympathetic to him. There was a post that ESPN posted that was who had a better career, Luis Suarez, Neymar, and Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale hasn't even scored 200 goals in his career or something like that. It's like barely 200. Neymar has 450 goals, man. And he's barely 30. Are you insane?
Like
Luis Suarez is a legend.
Caesar, I seen a dude say that I never saw somebody make the Premier League look easier than Ryan Shearer and Luis Suarez. Like
Luis Suarez was 2 years before he started watching soccer, and you would have said exactly that. You probably wouldn't have liked soccer if you saw it. But this is ridiculous. He was like falling down and getting up and scoring hat tricks. It was so dumb.
I'd be like, this is too easy. But anyway, we got to run because the time's almost out. We made a podcast. Holler.